Okay, guys. Hello. Okay, guys. Today we are supposed to start another chapter that is called as Introduction to CAD, CAM, and Computer Graphics. That is computer-aided design and computer graphics softwares. Okay. Now, in this, what are the overview of Introduction to Computer Graphics? It includes one is what is mechanical engineering design? Why we have to do mechanical engineering design? Okay. Mechanical engineering design can be defined as the use of scientific principles, technical information, and imagination in the description of a machine or a mechanical system to perform its specific function with the maximum and maximum experience. The description of a machine or mechanical system is mainly done in the form of drawings or blueprints. This is the various things what you're supposed to have in a mechanical engineering design. Okay. Now, what are the basic procedure what you're supposed to have in a conventional design process? The conventional design process, it includes one is recognition of need, definition of problem, synthesis, analysis, evaluation, and presentation. Okay. The same thing I'm supposed to explain in the this one. That is a what is the recognition of need, problem definition is there, gathering of information, concept generation, concept selection, communication, detailed design and analysis, prototype and testing, manufacturing, life cycle maintenance. There are n number of things are there. And then here the basic design process, it is there here also. That is recognition of need, definition of problem, synthesis, analysis and optimization, evaluation, presentation. Okay. And then this is the thing. Now the process of designing something consists of 6 different steps or phases. The 6 different steps has been broadly categorized into like this. um, Necessity is the mother of invention. That is always a design starts with a need, that is recognition of need. Okay. What is the recognition of need means? It involves identification by someone that a problem exists for which some corrective action should be taken. The problem may be either identification of some defects in the existing machinery, or need to new if you want to develop a new product or something like that. That is called as recognition of need. Next, problem definition, it involves through specific of the item to be designed, what exactly you are supposed to design. This specification includes physical or functional characteristics, cost, quality, and operating performance. Okay. And then in a synthesis, in this phase we develop preliminary ideas regarding the topology and geometry of the problem, that is regarding the shape and size and connectivity of various parts in the product. In this place a prototype model is created. Okay. With respect to this, here the detailed design and analysis part is there. Here the problem definition is there. The problem definition, it consists of all these parameters. Okay. And then in the problem definitions, gathering information, concept generation, everything will be included. Okay. Next one is there, next part is there, that is detailed design and analysis is there. That is in this phase a prototype model is analyzed by giving different boundary conditions and constraints, subjecting the model to different temperature and loads to perform feasibility study. If the product falls at this stage, once again the design is it has to be redesigned, and then once again you have to clear the design and analysis stage. That is the major thing. Okay. And what is evaluation? The end product of the analysis phase is compared with the definition phase. If the requires any change, then the design is once again back to the synthesis, and then the process starts continuing. This is the basic thing what you're supposed to have in an that is a basic procedure of design. Okay. The basic procedure of design can be a little bit modified into computer-aided design process. In this computer-aided design process, what you're supposed to have is geometric modeling is there, engineering analysis is there, design review and evaluation is there, automated drafting is there. Same thing, that is a recognition of need, definition of problem, synthesis, analysis, and optimization, evaluation, presentation is there. If you are using computer that is CAD, that is in synthesis you have to do some geometric modeling you have to do. In analysis you have to do engineering analysis. Evaluation phase you have to do design review, evaluation. Presentation means you have to do automatic drafting. That is draft. You have to give the mechanical language is nothing but how you are supposed to communicate one mechanical engineer to another mechanical engineer through the drafting. That is through the drafting things. That is we have to know how to read the drawings. That is the major thing. Okay. And then another part is there, that is what is geometric modeling consists of. It is concerned with the computer compatibility mathematical description of the geometry. These drawings are created in a computer, and also computerized model can be developed. These are the things I have not just explaining with respect to the syllabus point of view. In a computer, and also computerized model can be developed instead of a prototype model. Here the designer construct the graphical image of the object on the screen by giving three types of commands to the computer. Type 1 command is that is generates basic geometry elements such as points, lines, and circles. Type 2 commands are used for scaling, rotation, and other transformation. Type 3 commands are used to join various elements to get desired shape. These are all the geometric modeling how you are supposed to do. There are different ways of representing the object in geometric modeling. One is wireframe modeling is there only with respect to the lines, and then surface modeling is there with respect to the surfaces, and then solid modeling is there with respect to the solid, cube, square, like that. Okay, and then one more parameter is there, that is what is meant by engineering analysis, what you're supposed to have in an engineering analysis, that is analysis of mass properties or by using the finite element software. This is called as engineering analysis. And then another thing is there, that is what you're supposed to have in an that is computer graphics. Okay, what is normally computer graphics software, that is we can call it graphics software. Okay, a graphical software is the collection of programs written to make it convenient to the user to operate the computer graphics system. It includes programming to generate image and manipulate images. Okay, graphic software must be written specifically by considering the type of CRT, that is cathode ray tube, type of input devices used, type of image generation technique. Okay, what are the factors that should be considered while designing graphic softwares? One is simplicity, consistency, completeness, robust design, performance, economy. These are all the things what you are supposed to have in your mind. Okay, now software configuration of a system, how you are supposed to have, that is application database will be there, application program will be there, graphic packages will be there. In that you will have some graphic terminals, user input bar output, there are a number of things are there. And then what is the function of a graphic package bar system? Generation of graphic element, transformation, display control, and widowing function, segmentation, user input functions. These are all the things what you are supposed to have in an graphics package systems. Okay, now how you are supposed to what is the these are all the things what you are supposed to have in an this one. And then there are a number of things are there, that is we can call it an that is need for graphic standards will be there. There are a number of things are there. Okay, next slide is there, that is overview of computer graphics, that is a computer-aided design for engineering and architectural system, that is presentation graphic, computer art, entertainment, that is computer graphics can be used for various types of these categories, that is entertainment system we can use, presentation graphics, education and training, visualization, image processing, graphical user interface. These are all the things what you're supposed to have. We can use the computer graphics things, overview of a computer graphics, that is it can be used for modeling, that is computer-aided design for engineering and architectural system. Presentation, if you want to do presentation, you can use computer graphics. Computer art, that is if you want to do any drawings or any images, you can do it. Entertainment purpose, you can use for entertainment, educational and training purpose, you can use computer graphics. Visualization purpose, you can use image processing, you can use. And then graphical user interface you can use. And then today we are supposed to have a new concept, that is 2D transformation, that is two-dimensional transformation. Now what is transformation or two-dimensional transformation? X and Y coordinate are required to specify a point in two-dimensional coordinate system. These coordinate can be represented in the matrix form, that is P is equal to X comma Y. That is what is two-dimensional transformation means. You have to transform the, either it may be, there are three types of transformations are there. One is a translation is there, rotation is there, scaling is there. Translation is nothing but, okay, a point will be there from one point, it has to be, the point has to be moved to the another location, that is called as translation. That is one place to another place. That is a point is having some 1 comma 1, if it is moves at a distance of 2 comma 3 or 4 comma 6, then the point is translated from 1 comma 1 to 2 comma 2. That is the major thing what you are supposed to have in a translation. And then in the line also can be translated. The line a line is having a 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 2. The line has to be transformed. Okay, there will be some transformation matrix will be there, that is tx and ty, that is along x how many units and along y how many units. Okay, it is represented with a symbol tx and ty. And then this is not a multiplicative type of thing, it is additive type of things. That is in homogeneous transformation we can have a multiplicative, but normally in translation the things will be additive type of thing. That is, in along x, how many distance it will move, along y, how many distance it will move. That is, if a point a 1 comma 1 will be there, and then if I want to move in x direction, there will be I told translation factor will be there. That is, they are supposed to give, you translate, for example, a point will be there 1 comma 1. Okay, I want to translate 2 units in x direction, 2 units in y direction. Now what is the next what is the point, next point location is 1 comma 1 is there, 1 plus 2 3, and 1 plus 2 3. Therefore the point 1 comma 1 has moved to 3 comma 3 position. Okay, that is the thing what you're supposed to have in a translation matrix. Okay, any doubts, if you have, you can ask. Okay, that is, the translation matrix is there. That is, you can see here, that is x dash is equal to x plus m. M and n are translation, that is, along x direction, along y direction. That is, or we can have dx and dy. Okay, the point p at d, that is a dx, what is the value, and dy, what is the value. Okay, that is, this is x and this is y. Okay, now what is translation? 2D translation is a process of moving an object from one position to another in a two-dimensional plane. Consider a point, object O has to be moved from one position to another in a 2D plane. This is called as translation. Okay, and then we can have a basic thing what you're supposed to have. Okay, in the problem I have taken some of the problem from the textbook and all. This problem, that is, the x and y has to move, that is 3, and the initial point is 3 comma 4. The translation matrix they have given, that is, along x it has to move 4 units, along y it has to move 2 units. Okay, now p dash is equal to p plus t, and then 3 comma 4 is the initial point, and then translation matrix exactly translation means. Okay, now what is translation? Moving an object from one place to another, one point to another point, or one place to another place, that is called as translation. For a translation, if you want to do translation, it is an additive type of thing. That is, x plus m will give the another coordinate. X and y is the normal coordinate. That is, a point x and y. The point x comma y is at a distance of 1 comma 1, and then if you want to translate, they will give the value of m comma n. That is, either it may be a same values, or either it may be different values. That is, 2 comma 3 means this is 2, this is 3. That is, x plus 2 is 4, and then y plus n is 3, like that. Okay, this is the basic thing what you're supposed to have in a translation. That is, translation involving moving the element to one location to another. Translation of a point x comma y to view x dash y dash. That is the another point. Now here I will do some one basic problem. This problem has been taken from the textbook, and then this problem is, they have given the value of point x comma y, that is 3 comma 4. Okay, now translation matrix they have given, that is, along x you have to move 4 units, and along y you have to use move 2 units. Okay, now p dash is equal to p plus the point, the common point what you have to translate, plus translation matrix. The point they have given 3 comma 4, and then the translation matrix they have given, along x you have to move 4 units, along y you have to use move 2 units. Therefore 3 plus 4 is 7, and 4 plus 2 is 6. Therefore the translated point will be at 7 comma 6. That is, for example, the point the initial point is this one, you just think 3 comma 4, the translated point will be 7 comma 6. This is the things how you are supposed to have to do translation of point. Okay, similarly you can do translation of a line also. Okay, now for example, this problem is there, that is, x1 y1 is there, the line of x1 y1, the line of a line represents line is nothing but it consists of 2 points. Okay, that is, x1 y1 is 1 comma 1, and then x2 y2 is 2 comma 4. Okay, now we have to give a translation matrix, that is dx dy dy. That is, dx, that is, along x it has to move 2 comma 2, and then along y it has to move 3 comma 3. That is, L inverse or L dash is equal to 1 2 1 4, plus it's an additive 2 2 3 4, 2 2 and 3 3. Now you just add 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3, 2 plus 2, that is equal to 4, 1 plus 3, that is equal to 4, 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. Therefore you can see this is 1 comma 1 and then 2 comma 4 line, original line has been translated to 3 comma 4, has been translated to 3 comma 4 and 4 comma 7. That is the thing how you are supposed to do translation of a matrix. Okay, next is there, that is called as what is meant by rotation. Okay, next one is there, that is called as rotation. For that, in such type of transformation, the coordinate points associated with the geometry related point that origin in two-dimensional x and y, rotation of the point placed around z axis. Okay, that is what is rotation. Rotation is nothing but you have to rotate the point, or you have to rotate the line. If you want to rotate the line, if you want to rotate the point, you can do it. Okay, the and then for rotating the things, you require rotational matrix. That is, this has to be derived. The rotational matrix is given by the formula cos theta minus sin theta cos theta. They are supposed to give the value of theta, either it may be theta is equal to 30 degree, theta is equal to 40 degree, 60 degree, 70 degree, whatever it may be. Here it is there, that is p is rotated to p dash. Okay, now p, the value of p they have given, that is 5 comma 4. Okay, theta is 30 degree. Rotational matrix, you have to substitute the value of theta, cos theta, that is cos 30 minus sin 30, sin 30 cos 30. You will get a matrix, and then multiply with the, and then rotational is an multiplicative thing, transformation. That is scaling as well as rotational is a multiplicative, but translation is the additive type of thing. Okay, now you can multiply, and then you will get p dash is rotated to 2.33 and then 5.964. This is the thing how you are supposed to rotate the point. Okay, similarly you can rotate the line also. That is, if the line if the x1 y1 and the x2 y2 they have given. Okay, that is similar problem we can take. X1 y1 is given 1 1 1 x1 y1 1 1, and then x2 y2 they have given 2 4. Okay, and then if you want to the theta value they have given as 60 degree. Okay, for example here itself the theta value they have given as 60 degree, and then what is the rotational matrix you have to write is cos theta minus sin theta cos theta. Therefore there the theta is given as 60 degree, cos 60 minus sin 60, sin 60 cos 60. Okay, cos 60 is 0.5, that is half, and then minus 0.866 0.866 0.5. Okay, and then here what exactly happens is, this is for a point. For a line I told the same matrix into the previous problem. You take this one, that is this is the line 1 2 1 4, that is x1 y1 and x2 y2, and then you put it here. Okay, that is 1 1 2 4. Then you will get the value nearly around it is that line has been rotated at an angle of at an this one of minus 0.366, and then these coordinates of the interface rotational are, these are the things you have to, how you are supposed to rotate. That is the thing what you are how to rotate the point as well as the how to rotate the line for the same problem I have explained. Okay, next one is there, that is called as scaling. Now what is meant by scaling? Scaling is used to enlarge or reduce the size of the element. Scaling factor is used to alter the size of the object, and scaling factor need to necessarily be equal in x and y dimensions. Need not be an equal in x and y direction. And then here the scaling factor will be there, and then it is designated with the symbol sx and sy. Now what is sx? Scaling factor along x direction, scaling factor along y direction. That is easy to enlarge or reduce the size of the element. For example, a cube is there 2 by 2, either it can be increased, the size of the cube maybe 4 by 4, 6 by 6, 8 by 8 or somewhat like that, or it can be reduced 1 by 1 like that. Okay, that is called as, this is called a scaling matrix. Okay, original point is there, this is the point after scaling, that is x dash and y dash. Okay, sx 0 0 sy, that is these two terms, that is sx and sy, call as scaling factor in x and y direction. Okay, for example we will consider a line defined by the point 1 comma 1 2 comma 4. The line is scaled by a factor, and then here especially you have to keep in your mind that the scaling factor should be equal. The scaling factor should be equal in all directions, in the sense like sx and sy value should be the same. Okay, because it has to do a number of things. Okay, now the line they have given x1 y1 they have given, x1 y1 they have given. Okay, x1 y1 they have given, that is here it is there, x1 y1 that is 1 comma 1, and then x2 y2 they have given 2 comma 4. The line is scaled, the scaling factor is given, that is scaling factor for both sx and sy is 3. Now what is the next step? L dash is equal to s into L, that is S is nothing but scaling factor into L, 3003 into L. It's a multiplicative. How to do multiplication? That is 30 multiplied by 1 come, that is 3 into 1 plus 0 plus 0 into 1, and like that you have to do it. And then 3 into 2 plus this rows versus columns, 3 into 1 plus 0 into 1, and then once again rows 3 into 2 plus 0 into 4, and then once again this is 0 into 1 plus 3 into 1, and then 0 into 2 plus therefore you'll get the final that is L in L dash is equal to 3 6 and then 3 12. That is, it has been enlarged. That is previously how what is the thing, it was, it is 1 2 1 4. Now it has been enlarged 3 6 3 12. Okay, that is 3 comma 6. That is the first point is 3 comma 6, and then the second point is 3 comma 12. But here 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 4 has been scaled to a factor of 3. That is the thing what you are supposed to have in an that is scaling. Okay, these are all the things what you are supposed to have in an with respect to your syllabus. Okay, next one is there, it is called as homogeneous transformations. Now what is homogeneous transformation? The transformation matrix for rotation and scaling are multiplicative type, whereas transformation matrix for translation is additive type. Okay, it become necessary to combine transformation to achieve required results. In order to combine the transformation, all the matrix should be homogeneous, that is either multiplicative or additive type. To achieve homogeneity between all the transformation matrix, translation matrix is converted into multiplication form by using the following matrices. That is here homogeneous of transformation, in the sense like actually we have studied translation matrix, we have studied rotation matrix, and then we have studied scaling matrix. Okay, both rotational matrix as well as scaling matrix, there we are, what we are supposed to do, we are multiplying the matrix. So, but in translation matrix we are adding. Okay, therefore if you want to become an homogeneous matrix, what we have to do is the translation matrix has to be changed to multiplicative type of thing. Okay, the translation matrix has to be changed with respect to multiplicative type of thing, so that it will becomes homogeneous. Okay, another parameter is there, that is called as concatenation of transformation. The previous single transformation can be combined as a sequence of transformations. This is called concatenation, and the combined transformations are called concatenated transformation. The objective of concatenation is to accomplish a series transformation to achieve in a single transformation. That is rotation. Example, rotation of the element about an arbitrary point in the element. The sequence of transformation would be translation to the origin, then rotation about the origin, then translation back to the original location, and then magnifying the element but maintaining the location of one of its point in the same location. The sequence of transformation would be the element would be scaled, the translated to located the desired point. That is concatenation of the transformation. That also it's a part of your this one. Okay, this is a thing what you're supposed to have in an computer graphics. And then if you're having any doubts, you can ask. And then some of the, I thank one and all for listening, patient listening regarding this computer graphics. There are a number of things are there. CG is a subject is there. It was there for in the previously for mechanical engineers, and then say computer graphics has been it is there syllabus means as a subject for CS also. Okay, and then some of the things I have taken from the internet. Okay, only for better understanding for the students and all. Okay, thank you and all. Thank you.